talk about what she ate before she started eating clean. Okay? So, when you wake up in the morning and your blood sugar is real low, right? Because you've been resting and not eating all night long. So your blood sugar is kind of low, so you want to eat breakfast, right? So, in the morning, Christy would have, say, Pop-Tarts for breakfast, right? So what are Pop-Tarts made out of? Sugar.
Fruit in it.
Not fruit.
It says so on the
No. It does say fruit treat. It's like a fruit treat or fruit food. Yeah, it's not really food. It's stuff that you can eat, basically. It's not food anymore. At that point, it's just stuff that you can eat. Okay, so there's a difference. So she had stuff that you could eat, so Pop-Tarts. So her blood sugar, what did that do to her blood sugar? It spiked. So insulin responds every time blood sugar spikes. Insulin's designed to regulate blood sugar, so it kind of tries to stay right here in this place of homeostasis. Alright, so blood sugar responds. It's a very healthy relationship because everything that blood sugar does, then insulin tells blood sugar what to do, and then blood sugar says, okay. So it's very healthy relationship. Blood sugar just does what insulin says. So insulin says, hey, you're too high, you need to get back down here. So blood sugar's like, oh, I'm sorry, I'll come with you. Okay. But the thing is when this much insulin is released, it needs to recover, right? Insulin needs to like rebuild and recover itself. So it drops down here, right? Pulls it all the way down here. The blood sugar goes along with it. At this point, you're craving carbs again. Because when your blood sugar is low, you crave carbs. So this is about 10 in the morning, and I'm hungry, right? But I ate my Pop-Tarts for breakfast, and I'm really hungry. So what am I going to have? Donuts. So at the office, yeah, sure, why not? At the office, they got donuts, right? Heck yeah, I'm so glad because I'm hungry and I'm craving carbs anyway. So I'm going to have, I don't feel guilty about this, so I'm going to have a donut and a half.
And a diet.
And a diet. That's cool. Alright, so a donut and a half. Boom. Back up here again. Right? So insulin responds, but what happens? All the way back down here. Right. Gosh, it's almost lunchtime and I'm starving. Why am I so hungry? I had Pop-Tarts, a donut, and a half. So what am I going to eat for lunch? I'm so hungry. Salad? How about, I'm going to be healthy. Huh? I'm going to be healthy today, and I'm going to have a pasta salad. Girl. Alright, pasta salad. So it has that oily stuff on it, right? Okay. It's healthy, right? Okay.
It's a salad.
So, it says salad. Pasta. What does pasta do?
Carbohydrate.
It's a carbohydrate. It's very carb dense, turns to sugar immediately. Right? So this is what happens. Although there's that fatty whatever stuff on it, I don't know what's on it, it's greasy and oily, right? Makes it taste good. So fat is satiating, right? So it means you're satisfied for a long period of time. Okay. So it does that. Guess what else it does? This.
You get 3 o'clock slow.
Yep. It's like 2 o'clock on Thursday afternoon. I'm hungry. So what am I going to do? I have my Pop-Tart, my donut and a half today, so I'm going to have a diet soda and be healthy. Here's your diet soda. Okay? So diet soda is like lying to your body, alright? It's like, it's just like lying to your body. Your body knows what sweet tastes like. It knows what happens when you put sweet in your body. So your taste buds are telling everybody in your brain and all your sensors, alright, we know what's going to happen. So everybody get ready. Is insulin ready? Alright, you guys ready? Let's handle this. Okay, sugar's coming, so we know what to do. Alright, you guys ready? Ready and nothing. Insulin is released, but there's no sugar. So this is what happens. That's why it's lying to your body. This is what happens. So you end up craving more carbs anyway. sugar is so low, right? So your blood sugar is down here, and you're like, I just had my diet soda, and
Now I got shakes.
and I had a really healthy pasta salad, and I know I had my donut and stuff, but I am starving. So I'm gonna go home, and when I make dinner, I'm gonna pick out on my kids' cookies. Spike and crash, right? All the way, all day, every day. So this is pigging out. I'm starving. Pretty much the whole time I'm starving. Spike and crash. Still hungry, still hungry, still hungry, because this is what happens. My blood sugar's low. So, and I made dinner. What did I make for dinner? Pizza? I made pizza for dinner? Okay, so I made pizza for dinner. I ordered pizza for dinner. That's what I really did. Alright. Okay, we'll go with pizza. So pizza, really carb dense and very fatty, right? So we know what happens when that occurs, this, and then this, right? So insulin all day long is working hard for the money, all right? It's just all over the place. Insulin is a hormone, is a very powerful hormone, the most powerful hormone in your body. And it responds to everything that you eat. Everything you put in your mouth, insulin responds. Okay? Whether it be diet drinks, Pop-Tarts, pasta salad, everything you eat, insulin responds. And this is exhausting. Okay? Because after years and years and years of this, and maybe not even years, it depends on your genetic makeup and stuff like that. It could be sooner, it could be later. But what happens is, eventually, blood sugar spikes, and after years of, well, say insulin has a voice. And insulin talks to blood sugar. And, blood sugar listens, right? So after years of blood sugar being so high up here, insulin has to yell. Has to yell to blood sugar. It's so high up here. Has to yell, hey! Get back down here, right? Years of that. Okay? So after years of that, eventually insulin goes hoarse. Right? So insulin goes hoarse and blood sugar goes deaf. I'm sorry, I can't hear you because after all these years of you yelling in my ear, I can't hear what you're saying anymore. And insulin's like, that's okay. I'll just yell louder. So insulin yells so loud, he's already hoarse, that he loses his voice. And that's called insulin resistance or type 2 diabetes. Okay? So that's what happens in your body when you're eating like this. And this is a real thing, right? A lot of people I know eating like this. I'm eating like this. So that's why you're always tired, you're always cranky, or whatever. You might have extreme fatigue. You're like, I don't know what happened. I ate my Nutri-Grain bar. Alright. So we'll talk about that real quick. We'll talk about a diet of a healthy person. Okay? Like this. So I'm going to wake up in the morning. My blood sugar is a little low, so I'm going to have breakfast. And for my healthy diet, I'm going to have oatmeal and banana. Right? That's a healthy diet, right? Yes. Boom. A lot of sugar, very carb dense. This is what happens. And then this. Right? Insulin is like, hey, whoa. Alright, so we're down here. And still, same thing, 10 o'clock in the morning. I don't know what's happening because I had my healthy breakfast. Right? But now my blood sugar is really low and I'm hungry again. That's okay, I packed extra Nutri-Grain bars. What are Nutri-Grain bars made out of? Apparently the same stuff as
Multigrain.
Pop-Tart stuff.
Pop-Tart stuff. Yes. Sugar! And sugar is the devil. Okay? There really is. So, my Nutrient bar made out of sugar, another sugar spike, followed by a crash. Thank God it's lunchtime, because I'm going to have my fruit on the bottom, yogurt, and another banana, right? And I want to keep it light, because I don't want to gain too much weight, because I'm on a diet, Weight Watchers, okay? So I might have my little Weight Watchers snack later on, right? Okay. So I'm going to have fruit on the bottom, yogurt. What is in yogurt? A ton, milk, yes. And a ton of sugar. Yes, both of those. So sugar and fat, that's a lethal combination. Okay? So this is what happens, and then this happens. Right? So that's my lunch. Okay. I'm hungry again. 2 o'clock, Thursday afternoon. And fatigued. Don't want another, what do I want for my snack? I'm going to have my Weight Watchers snack. Because they have those little chocolate turtle truffle things, right? Delicious.
100 calories.
Ooh, 100 calories. Yeah, they're only 100 calories. What are they made out of? Sugar. Delicious. That's all they got in the towel. Made out of sugar, spike, and a crash. Well, I am fatigued. Now I'm going to go home and I'm going to make dinner. What healthy dinner am I going to make?
Salmon with asparagus.
Asparagus. I got bunny ears going on here. Alright, so how about potato casserole, right? It's no fat, because I'm going to use my no-fat, low-fat cream cheese, right? And my no-fat cheese, that tastes gross, just gross. But, and I'm going to have my white potatoes, because they're low-fat. What's going to happen? Same thing. Okay? Doesn't look much different from Christy's diet, right? Okay. That's a healthy person. Now, mind you, the spikes might not be as intense because there's not as much sugar in certain foods, but it's still happening in your body and it still leads to the same outcome eventually of insulin resistance or type 2 diabetes. Sorry?
Hyperinsulinemia.
Yeah, hyperinsulinemia. Alright, so how do we avoid this? So glad you asked. Okay. So Christy's diet is now very similar to mine. She eats a lot of bacon. I think it's awesome. She jokes that they should make bacon enough for 2. Bacon packs enough for 2 people because she's the whole thing. Yeah. Like I said in the beginning when we were talking about pork, it's really not the best. And if you do have it, it should be not grass-fed, but pastured. And you should know your farmer. You should be able to shake the hand of your farmer. Okay?
What about
Huh?
turkey?
Turkey bacon, highly processed. Highly processed. You can read the labels, the ingredients, if you can't pronounce it, and it doesn't look anything like its actual source. So see turkey. See, turkey burgers probably. It's not as processed. I've never had it.
Depends on the source.
Yeah, it kind of depends on whoever made it or processed
If you're
it.
buying it in a box frozen, it's probably highly processed. You can buy it raw and it looks like ground turkey meat that's been pattied. It's a little better than the frozen ones. Same way, if you read the ingredients and there's a lot of stuff on there you can't halfway pronounce, you don't want to take it in.
Right. So does that answer your question too about the quart? Yeah. It's not always the best. it's still better than French fries or potatoes or something like that. So it's better than Pop-Tarts. It's not the best. And as an aside, for the whole egg challenge, if you do eat bacon, read the ingredients because a lot of it is made with sugar. You need to find something that is no sugar. Okay? So there's the Winalti. It's in the green package. You can find it at Walmart or wherever. Walmart just means it's really accessible. If you see it there, it's accessible. There's also beef bacon, and it's also made by Winalti. Am I saying it right? Waltney. I just know it's green and blue. So the blue package, Winalti, is beef bacon, and it's made with no sugar. Same with the green packaging, that's pork bacon, and it's made with no sugar. So for the whole egg challenge, you'll want to look into that. Okay, so nowadays, Christy's diet is much like mine. So we wake up in the morning, feeling like P. Diddy, blood sugar's low. All right, so we're gonna have our 3 major macronutrients: protein, carb, and fat. Okay, and we're gonna have eggs, about 3 to 4. That's right, 3 to 4. All right, 3 to 4 eggs, and I'm probably gonna have some salsa because I like some spice in my life, and it's a healthy carb. I get that. No sugar. Again, read your labels, okay, ingredients. There's no sugar in the salsa that I get. And it's a carb, it's a healthy carb. So there's lots of onions and peppers and tomatoes and things like that in it. So it's a protein carb. And what goes well with salsa? Avocado. Man. So, and it's a fat. It's a very healthy fat. So that is my breakfast. So I'm satiated, I'm very satisfied. It's about lunchtime. It's about lunch. Blood sugar's low again. I'm gonna have, this is what I have for lunch every day is tuna. So I'm gonna have some tuna. And I'm going to have an apple or 2 or carrots. And I'm gonna have some almonds. Okay? Protein, carb, fat. Alright, that is my lunch. Again, it's a lot of energy and it's satiating. Okay, so carbs are energy, fat is satiation. Alright, and protein is the same. Alright, so this is after lunch, hard, long time after lunch. My blood sugar's low again, but I have to go to CrossFit class and I haven't eaten dinner yet, so I'm gonna have a snack. So I might have an apple or an orange. And maybe some more almonds or I have my sunflower seed butter with me today. Sunflower seed butter. So that's my snack. Then I'm gonna work out. You're here somewhere. It's dinner time. So I'm gonna have chicken. And I'm gonna have a sweet potato today. And I like to have coconut oil on my sweet potato. That is my dinner. So that is a day in the life. Okay? So there aren't a lot of insulin spikes or crashes. My blood sugar isn't going crazy. My insulin isn't a hormone that's constantly trying to regulate itself. And furthermore, when so much is released or there's so much sugar in your system, it gets stored as fat. Right. So not a lot of that going on. Right? That's how you want it to look. That's how it should look. Yes. That's actually a really great question. Fiber intake. Eat your vegetables. The more vegetables you eat, the better off you'll be. There's a lot of fiber in vegetables. And really, if you're eating enough vegetables, that takes care of your fiber. It takes care of fiber, tons of micronutrients, and healthy carbs. Okay? And the reason I said earlier, eat fats liberally, is because the American diet as it is now is a lot of carbs. A lot of carbs. And albeit they're bad for you generally, it's still pretty full. you have to keep eating. The thing is when I first started doing this, my biggest mistake was I didn't eat enough fats. So starving all the time. So I was eating fruit, a lot of fruit, right? Because my blood sugar was low and I was trying to eat carbs. And I couldn't have a nutrient bar or a fiber one bar. So I was eating fruits. So I was gaining weight. I was like maintaining, holding on to all the weight. So I needed to eat more fats. And that helped me to start dropping weight. That was my goal. So, but you want to eat more vegetables and fruit. And just lots of fruit. And plenty of fats. Seasonings? Yeah. Yes. And that's a good question too. Seasoning. So things like salt. So really, when you're eating natural foods, just basically real food, when you're eating stuff like that, there's not a lot of salt in your food, right? Naturally. So you can add salt very liberally because you're not opening packaged food that has salt in it to preserve it, right? Because that's what we normally do. So if you don't have those extra salts in your diet and you feel yourself becoming fatigued, you may want to add a little bit more salt to your diet. So I put a lot of salt in pretty much everything. So yeah. So that's a really good question. Any other questions? Go ahead. You guys.
So like sea salt or just sea salt?
I don't get picky with the salts. Sea salt has certain micronutrients in it. Pink salt has other micronutrients in it. Iodized salt is fine. Like, if you want to mix it up, you just, the more variety you get, the better off you'll be. The more variety in micronutrients you'll have.
I was gonna ask, if we're talking about the nutrient bars, what about some people that like can't like plus bars, something like that?
Okay, so they're kind of like the alcohol sugars, like that, sort of like
Legit
a,
on their website, and they're good.
what kind of bar is it?
That's called a Quest bar.
A Quest bar?
Layer bar.
It's been a while since I've read a label, and it might have been a Quest bar, I don't remember, but I don't remember it being good. I think it has peanuts in it, it might have honey. Honey does the same thing. With that, it's the spike and crash, the empty carbs, empty calories, and it doesn't, it's the spike and crash. And a lot of those sort of false sweeteners, like the alcohol, sugars, and stuff like that, it's natural, but the same way arsenic is natural. Huh? The same way arsenic is natural, so are those sugars, those false sugars. Yeah.
But it naturally occurs in all foods.
Yeah.
Rat poison.
But yeah,
Yeah,
in higher
basically rat
doses
poison.
it's rat poison. But it occurs in all foods.
Yeah, it's natural, and the same way those like false sugars are natural, or those sugars that come from plants and stuff like that. So, good questions. Any other questions? Red wine? Okay, good, this is good. All right, wines, alcohols, okay. Alcohol, men, it suppresses testosterone in men. It's alcohol does. What it does. Plus, what? Did I hear anything over? So, yes, it suppresses testosterone in men, and it is also concentrated carbs. So, the concentrated carbs, still same thing with the blood sugar and insulin spikes and crashes. And also people say, well, it's good for you because it's good for your heart, there's resveratrol in it and all this. Well, wine comes from grapes. There's resveratrol in the grapes. Plus, it's more satiating, it has more fiber in it, more micronutrients in the grapes. See the freaking grapes. Right? You'll be more satisfied, your body will feel better. Now, when it comes to drinking maybe a glass every once in a while for the taste, I'd say that's acceptable. Like, that's a legit argument. However, for the whole air challenge, it's not acceptable to lose points. So,